What do we call what are the bad guys in Star Wars? The dark something or the no, it's like it's like if you're no longer a fan of the dark something
side.
Oh, no, yeah, fuck that. It's not gonna work. Can I do the beginning? I'm just All right.
That'll be the blooper.
Welcome to Spinsters, where we're no longer a fan of Duke basketball.
Why do you say that like you were asking me?
Is that what I'm supposed to say? Okay. Let me.
Whatever. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, just like that.
All right. Welcome to Spinsters, where we're no longer a fan of the Dukies. Right? That was better?
That's perfect.
I feel like I gotta put on that fucking announcer voice now.
Welcome to Spinsters.
Welcome to Spinsters, where we're gonna talk about some Louisville rappers you've never heard of before.
Hell yeah, guys.
Shouts to ESTG.
For real.
He hard as hell.
I'll ask my friends. There are DJs here.
This is Tyler, a.k.a. Dragonfly Jones on twitter.com.
I'm John, a.k.a. LeJethro Jenkins.
And I'm Jordan, just Jordan. And that's Haley. Few housekeeping things before we jump into this really fun episode. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got some exclusive content up there from our last episode with Gabe Dannon about Pirtle. It's really fun. Harry does a really fun thing. You have to watch it. And shout out to our new social media gal, Sierra Smith. Woo! Sierra! She's the best.
Yay, Sierra.
Yay, Sierra. So you guys want to do the rankings?
Yeah, we can do the rankings. We can talk about the other joints we talked, like the other subjects we talked about. Whatever. This is your pod. We're just guests, all right?
Today, this is all of our
this
pod.
Motherfucker up.
Well, okay, let's do
let us on here. Y'all deserve better.
Not true.
Jeez. What the hell? LeJethro Jenkins? Tyler, I understand. Me? I don't get it, but go ahead.
He says in that shirt. Okay. I know. I'm like, you're doing something right.
What the hell? Bro, this is on brand.
I literally got this at a thrift market this weekend, so that's the different levels we're on. It is cool, though, but it's like an XL.
Haley, bro,
that's
you
cool.
always
like
looking cool, man. You always looking cool. Quick, come on.
Trying to figure out what to do with this one, with this shirt. Okay, let's do that then. Or we can start talking about Winning Time, because I just watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
We can talk about
I watched
whatever.
it last night. What do you guys think?
I think it's phenomenal. I think it actually exceeded the expectations I had of it. I think John C. Reilly is like just phenomenal because, I don't know if y'all heard, but, there was beef because, homie, like he wanted to have Will Ferrell play him first, and he put him through all the screenings and all that, but then he went with John C. Reilly, and I think he made the right choice because I got lost in John C. Reilly portraying Dr. Bus in a way I don't think I would have got lost with Will Ferrell. You know what I mean? Like I would have always known it was Will Ferrell. It would kind of felt like a Saturday Night Live sketch with him doing that. Yep. You know what I mean? But John C. Reilly is killing it. He's phenomenal so far.
The casting as a whole was great. Like even Magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jerry West, did everybody know Jerry West was an asshole?
I knew he was a sad boy.
I did not know that.
I knew he was a sad boy. I did not know he was a spaz.
Right. I'm like, I thought Jerry West was a good guy. Like, I was like,
it's been well known he's a grumpy old man. I did not know he was a spaz like that though. And they might have been fabricating things a bit, but I don't know.
No, that's the thing. They're really not. I know this from, I had to write a piece one time at The Ringer, and so I had to look up research a bunch of old like Lakers stuff, but I hope and cannot wait till they get to the episode where he literally hired a PI. Do you guys know about this? To follow Norm Nixon?
No.
To prove, he wanted him off the team that bad. He said, I'm going to catch him doing drugs. Hired a PI, had him follow around Norm Nixon for weeks. And then finally the PI told Norm, he felt so bad for him.
That's Jerry
He said,
West.
like, I'm following
That's how
you.
bad.
That's the logo.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you going to get mad at a Laker in the 70s for doing cocaine? Like,
Bro.
like that is hard for the course.
Right. Aren't you supposed to? Like, if he didn't, I'd be surprised. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
a prereq to be on the team.
Right.
That's crazy though. But like,
I did not know that. He's a diabolical hater.
Like
Yeah,
you
I
were
didn't
saying
know that
about
either.
John C. Reilly, though, like I forgot he was John C. Reilly. You know what I mean? He became Jerry Buss at a point, you know what I mean, to me in my mind. So yeah, I thought it was great. Tyler said in the group chat, it over-delivered, and I agree. It over-delivered.
Do you guys like you like Adam McKay's style with like the font really big on the screen and the all of that kind of stuff? I think it works. It works really well in certain situations. I thought that this was one of them.
I'm a
Yeah,
weirdos.
and just breaking down the fourth wall too. I think that was
I love that.
them just talking to you and just the switching the cameras too. I think that was my favorite part of just having that old school look and old school feel. But I agree with the John C. Reilly quote because when it's like Will Ferrell and you think of people like Will Smith or Kevin Hart, it's like, you know that they are them. It's like it's them in costume. But this time he is over delivering in the sense that he is like this character. He is Dr. Buss. And that's really fun. Just from the clothes, from the houses, from the cars, everything. It's really fun.
Yeah. And you know, going off what you said, I loved how they broke the fourth wall down, like with everybody doing it. And I saw some complaints on Twitter about it, like, you know, they're getting too cute with breaking the fourth wall down. I'm like, bro, we just saw John C. Reilly's butt cheeks like 5 minutes in. Like how do you expect this to be high class cinema? Have some fun with this shit. And breaking the fourth wall is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basketball. I mean, that's like it's basketball. It's supposed to be fun. And also the Lakers are themselves have always been such a show. I felt like it was a proper representation of the actual team, what he did to make it so over the top. Because obviously it was. And I saw our former coworker, Allison Herman, she wrote about it and she was like, this is like The Crown, but sports. Which it is. You guys watch The Crown?
I
I've
don't.
heard of it.
No.
Have you even heard of it? Have you even heard of
I just
it?
nodded in my head. No, I haven't heard of it. No. I'll be
heard of it. That's about it.
8 o'clock, man. I don't remember none of this stuff.
Okay, so
Happens after 8
basically
p.m.
it's going through, it goes through the aristocracy in England, right? From like, I forget what they started, the 1900s.
Heard of that. I have heard of that.
And
yeah.
it's really slow for some people. You're not sure, like, when are you going to get to Princess Diana, right? Like, for years, we were like, the queen is really young. We want to get to the stuff that we know about better. And I think that this is doing the exact same thing. It's going to take it real slow. They've already signed on for a second season. But I'm excited about it. This is what, what team next? What team would we want other than this one?
You know what? This is.
I mean,
go ahead,
the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Like, if you want to keep it Lakers, you know what I mean. There's a lot of drama there. There's a good storyline with the, you know, high school Kobe, you know, becoming one of the best players ever. You know, fucking Shaq larger than life. But that would be the casting probably. Like, who are you gonna find who could be Shaq? You know?
Right.
Well, that's so interesting because the actor, I think his name is Quincy Isaiah, he said in an interview that he always thought he was going to play Shaq. Like just through the acting process, he always wanted to play Shaq, but he was like, I think Magic is more my speed. And he's only 6'3".
I was going to say, how tall is he? Yeah.
He's only 6'3". That's some camera magic. Ooh. And he's probably wearing a lot of heels that we just don't see.
They all do, to be fair. Leo wears heels. Matt Damon wears high heels, stilettos. Like, they all do.
Yeah, and I was wondering about the height too. At one point, they showed him, and it's like his head was like almost hitting the doorway when he was walking through. I was like, oh, he's actually tall. I mean, 6'3" is tall. Let's be real. But like, you know, Magic is tall. You know what I mean? But as far as teams, I would like to see. I think like the Dr. J Sixers. You know what I mean? Like they were so stacked. They were such a good team. I know some fun stuff was going on there. They had some characters. You feel me? But like. Like we don't know much about them because they were they came up when like the Lakers and the Celtics were like the league. You feel what I'm saying? And they only won one chip. Me and Tyler talk about that, but they were such a stacked team. I wonder how they felt like getting their ass handed to them most of the time.
Yeah,
you know, but being such a stacked squad. You feel
the
me?
Jerry West special.
Right. Right.
Is he going to come out of this show like looking the worst?
I think so. He's not looking too good so far. I did not know that he was like that, and I think it's gonna keep getting bad for him.
Yeah.
He's like breaking putters. Like, bro, you're playing golf, bro. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Snapped
mad.
it.
Right. Just, you know what I mean? At a country club, you're rich. Calm down, Bubba. You know what I mean? But yeah, he looked, I was shocked. I'm like, this is Jerry West, you know?
Yeah, no, that is Jerry West. And now he's hard to get to do media. I also know this from Ringer stuff, trying to do Ringer stuff. But I have heard about him that in his older age, the thing he's really known for is he gives a lot of advice. Like just random team employees, he'll know something's happening, like girlfriend problem, something, and he'll go give them advice, which also makes sense because you've done a lot of things probably the wrong way. So you've learned a lot of lessons. I think he'll come out of this looking bad. They're obviously not scared to shy away from what people were doing. So I don't think Magic's gonna be super happy with it. He had concerns over the show.
Yeah, I heard he didn't like it coming in. He said he had nothing to do with it. I mean, they started off with, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Him
scene
finding
after-
out he had HIV.
Yeah.
Or that was
after the announcement?
what we suspect.
Was that
yeah.
after the announcement, or was that when
No,
he
that
found
was
out?
that. It seemed like he was in the hospital. So my guess is, and he went out the back. So my guess from that is that he had just found out, or it just been confirmed. So that time between that happened and the announcement is pretty short because they were scared it was going to leak. So he didn't really have much time between then and that. I don't even know if they'll get back to that this season though.
I doubt
of the
it.
show. I doubt it, which is kind of
doubt
weird. Like, have you guys ever seen something at the beginning of a season and it doesn't circle back at the end?
If anybody's gonna do it, it's Adam McKay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
Just
anybody
drop
does
it in
him.
there. Like, you all know what this is, and then never talk about it again.
You know what's weird is like it became real to me in that moment. I was too young to really understand when it actually happened. You know what I mean? Like I was scared. I know he couldn't play and all that, but I didn't know like the gravity of it. But in that moment when it showed old boy just break down crying next to him, I was like, damn, Magic really has AIDS. Because even now when HIV, you know what I'm saying? Because when I you know look at him now, I don't see that at all. You know what I mean? I guess who does when they know somebody that does? But yeah.
Well, but he was the poster boy for like maybe it's going to be okay, truly, because and especially like when he, we actually did an episode about this a year ago, a full year ago. And when he first had it, when he was first diagnosed, that was the time of like, he's probably going to die. Like the guy crying next to him, it's not just like, oh man, your career's ruined. Like he definitely thought that death was a possibility. Yeah, 100%. And then it was right when he had that like quote unquote comeback, he tried to come back, was when they had developed what they kind of go by now, which is like a mix of three things that help quell it. So he was like exactly the timeline of when it became not completely a death sentence. But yeah, I mean, the guy crying next to him was really real. It made me think too, like that's definitely what was going through his mind.
Yeah. Magic for sure played a huge part in destigmatizing HIV and helping people get more informed about it. Because like there's a quote that I remember Arsenio Hall saying when he was like, when I found out Magic had AIDS, I thought my friend was going to get skinny and die. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where everyone was at in 91 with it.
Yeah. Wow. Who else is in the show? I thought Jeannie's character was cast well just simply because it looks like her. So for right now, that's I also didn't know that she like was in on it from the very start. I don't really know that much about Jeannie Buss. All I know is like, actually, this kind of ties into the down bad rankings. We're going to do down bad rankings. Frank Vogel is at the top of them for me. But also I saw this report that was like, Jeannie's been talking to Phil Jackson about a potential role for him being involved. Oh, gosh.
I mean, Phil and Brian don't get along though. You know, so
no, they don't,
say that
because
wild shit about Brian. Like, you know, you sending him off after if you pull Phil in.
Yeah, think about what did he call the posse? The posse. Right. Yeah. And I think there was something else too. But the posse thing was a big deal. Oh, like the Mello stuff. You know, Mello and LeBron are obviously very close.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just like speculation. Maybe it's just that they've been talking and people are interpreting it further. But I don't think he's the solution to anything.
I don't
No.
think Vogel's the problem either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, some of the lineups are weird, but he has a weird ass team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I don't, and everybody's been hurt. You feel me? But I don't think Vogel's the issue. I think when they got Westbrook, instead of getting who we know they should have got, you know what I'm saying? DeRozan and I think Buddy Hield were the two that would have came instead of Westbrook. When you're paying a man who is not good at basketball anymore, I hate to say because I love Westbrook. I hate this,
Me
but
too.
I mean, he's not good at basketball on this team. Like somebody said, if he went to the Magic, they make the playoffs. But he needs to be like you don't.
He has to be Laker good.
Whoa, you're right.
Keep him away from LeBron. Keep him
He's
away
a
from
small
LeBron.
pond,
You feel
big
me?
fish guy.
Yeah, you feel me? You
Oh,
feel me?
that's where he thrives. Okay, so then you can't take Russ away. Who do you take away or add in that solves this if it's not Frank Vogel?
I think they're fucked. I think no, seriously.
No, I know. Can we have our full team and then we talk?
But I think AD, him coming back, like him playing good, they were still losing. When Bron and AD were playing good, you know what I'm saying? Like we're still losing. They need a bunch of other pieces, but they're paying one man $44 million to, you know, not play in the fourth quarter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and they're gonna be paying him 47 next year, and he's untradeable. So I think that's where they're at. It's a difficult situation. I don't think Vogel's the issue. You know what I'm saying? And Phil Jackson definitely ain't gonna help it. So
Phil ain't gonna help.
Phil
She's
ain't
just
gonna
going
help
back
it.
to her ex
Right,
at that
right.
point.
I saw
And just
that they
let
were-
her deal with her love life.
And you know what? Maybe that's right for her in a certain aspect of her life. But
that's fine. Don't
Lakers.
bring him onto this team. That's
Wasn't
too
she
many
fucking with
cooks.
Wob? Wasn't she fucking with Wob for a second? You know what I mean? That's a rumor. You know what I mean?
She was.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, go.
They went on
Yeah.
a date. That's all I'm saying.
And compared to that, I think that Phil is the easy answer. No offense to Wob and the 300,000 people that he follows, but I think I'd rather be with Phil Jackson. The legs, right?
Well, he had nice legs.
Long
He got
legs.
nice legs. Okay, he a little
Look
bow-legged
up,
too.
look up
which is
young Phil Jackson.
You feel me?
Do me a
That's
favor.
cute.
Google young Phil Jackson. Number 2, he lives full time in Montana.
Oh man,
I want to be in a ranch in Montana. You know what I mean? Like that's who doesn't want that?
big country vibes.
Yeah, big country vibes. Number 3, he does yoga. So
Let me look up. Oh, young Phil with the beard. Woo, this is black and white one. I mean, young Phil, low key, depending on the angle, he could get it.
that's what I'm saying.
Depending on the angle
on the
is
angle.
hilarious.
If it's from the bottom left side of his face, oh yeah, Phil. You know what I mean? Maybe directly on, possibly not, but you know, over here, baddie.
I was when Chris Herring was on, we were talking about his book. I was like, young Pat Riley. Wow.
Oh, let me
Like
look
you
at
want to
this
talk
now.
about, and plus he's aged very,
Very
current
well.
Pat Riley. Wow. You know, but
The Armani
Yeah.
assassin. Yeah, he was sharp as hell, man. With
Yeah.
the slick back hair and the $3,000 suits. Yeah, they weren't doing it like Pat, man.
no.
I'm looking at Pat. I think he's a dude that, like, in his 30s he peaks. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm looking at the 20s, you know,
Pat
without
Riley?
the facial hair. Yeah.
But
Well, you know.
he aged. Some people
It
have
kept
a
going
face-
up.
Yeah, where you're
Yeah.
like, you will be a handsome older person.
Can I drop this picture into the chat?
Oh no.
Bro,
I'm nervous.
Maybe, no. Maybe I can't. Never mind. There's
I
a picture
feel like
of
I know
him.
exactly what picture you pulled up.
Oh, can I? Is this?
Is he in a white
possible?
suit?
No, he's in a white shirt looking to the left. I'm like, this is a
Oh.
movie star.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can't pull
The
this
I'm
picture
Pat
excited
up.
we're gonna
Riley
see
Knicks
Pat
would be
Riley,
a
too.
good next show because
That's
he was
why,
wild.
You're
Right.
That's why, when I first saw Adrian Brody was playing Pat Riley, I'm like, if this dork can be as cool as Pat Riley, this is like the performance of his life. And I'm trusting
Yeah.
him, based on all the other casts that we've seen.
Wow, look at that picture.
Wow.
So did you see him with the looking to the right?
With the
Side
couple
profile?
buttons down
With
on the
with clavicle
bleachers.
showing? Stop. Hey, that's a. You feel me? That's desperado. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, yeah. You know that man smell good. You know what I'm saying?
Smells like money.
Like, what are you wearing? But bro, people I went to the All-Star game one time and was
Which
on the
one?
hardwood. Oh, this was Chicago, Midwest, doing Chicago shit with my homies was great. But anyway, I got on the hardwood and the biggest takeaway was rich people smell really good. You know what I mean? Like my little Chanel blue ain't. I thought I was doing something. They like, bro, enjoy the projects, LaJethro. They got that special shit. You feel me?
You guys know how Rihanna, the like thing about her, she smells so good.
Yes.
So I found the fragrance that she has, and I can't even afford the mini version.
How much is it running?
It is so expensive. The mini was like $100. I just can't
like
right now. You know,
$100 is worth smelling like Rihanna. I think that's
a mini bottle though.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, you
go
can smell
drops.
Rihanna like 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? I think that's worth it.
Harry, can you make a cutout of this to put on Twitter and then just put my Venmo like a little rainbow above me? At Haley or something. Help me smell like Rihanna, please.
Gas price is too high to be paying $100 for the
I
mini bottle right
know.
now, especially in LA. Shit, we paying $6-7 depending on where you live. You know what I mean?
Kentucky
so
was one
bad.
of the
I don't wanna
highest
talk about it.
increases, but still here it's like it's so cheap
Don't even
moving
say
from
it.
LA. Yeah, I don't know.
say it.
How much?
You'll
How much
hurt
you
my
paying?
heart.
How much? I want to hear it. I want to hear it because I'm gonna
Louisville?
use this to tell. Yeah. No, how much you paying for gas? Yeah.
It like with the new increase, like $4 with the increase.
I'm gonna get that to Raleigh. We moving.
When I
That's
first
part of the.
no seriously when
Add it
I
to the
first
package.
got home, I filled up my car and then I went and got my aunt's car and filled hers up too because I was just thinking like this is crazy. This must be a day where it's especially low, and it wasn't. It's just
$100 every time I pull up to the gas joint.
That's a mini Rihanna
That's a
perfume.
mini Rihanna perfume
That's why I
bottle.
can't afford to smell like Rihanna. You feel me?
What are you driving?
We ain't gonna. Can we edit this out? I find deals though. I'll tell you that. So I got it, but I found a deal. You feel me? So
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Driving my Toyota Corolla with the dent in the front.
I have 3 jobs. Okay. It cost me.
You deserve it.
2 pies and a job that's in a producing job. So yeah, dog. We earned it. We working for it.
Can I read you guys the Russ and Vogel latest situation
Let's go.
and see what you have to say? Because I have a theory that Frank Vogel might be one of the most unlucky people in the NBA. Because keep in mind, before I read this, fired from the Pacers in 2016, fired from the Magic in 2018. Pacers was a better like roster situation than the Magic for sure because kind of similar to the Lakers, his rotations are like not super inspired, but with the Magic, his highest paid player was Biyombo.
What are you gonna do with that roster?
That's just a tough
What are you going to do with that? And when he left the Pacers was like young Miles Turner, like pretty unhappy Paul George year.
Yeah.
So.
But they had brought. Was this after the injury? Paul George after the injury too. Mm-hmm. Was that? Yeah, but I mean, he had him up there fighting with Bron for years. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get out of the East.
When was his injury? Because that was like on an Olympic.
Yes.
It wasn't even the Olympic team. That was just the games before, right?
Yeah, the blue and white game or something. Yeah.
Yeah. What's crazy is like we talk so much shit about Paul George, but he's so good now that we forgot he had that crazy injury. We should talk
his
more
leg
about
snapped
that.
in half.
Bro,
That's a
we
good
thought
point.
It was over for him, and we clowned the man like he didn't come back from what we thought was a career-ending injury, and be like, I think when he was with OKC, he was a second runner-up for the MVP. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to see how good he is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The pressure you have when you're partnered with Kawhi is like I don't know. It makes sense.
I don't think anyone was giving Paul George shit until he gave himself that playoff peanut thing.
He
He did it to himself.
Yeah, he did it to himself. Once you do that, bro, like, nah. For one, you can't nickname yourself. First of all. And two, you can't be playoff P without playoff success, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like what type of nickname is that? That's like, you know how Zeus was like, Debo, like he was nicknamed Tiny. And like how the Three Stooges with no hair was nicknamed Curly. It's like one of those nicknames where, you know what I'm saying? It's just like an ironic thing.
Right.
Well, there's the nickname. Then there was the Gatorade commercial.
I think
You guys remember the Gatorade commercial? Yeah.
Down.
And that made
Double
people
down.
dig in the stats, and they were like, "Yo, this dude was like 0 for 14 or some shit." Like
Side of the backboard playoff P is what will always be in my mind. But I wasn't rolling my eyes. I just felt like that was directed towards me and all of my Clipper hate and how I purposely put down Paul George. But you enlightened me. That is a good point. I think we forget about that, myself included.
Jordan, if you need to misplace your anger, I say you should do it because you're having a really hard time. You guys are having a bad year. Okay, this is what's happening with Russ and Frank Vogel, which I actually didn't know until I was doing some Googling. Okay. They're not getting along, but Vogel's keeping him in the starting lineup. This is from, I think, The Athletic. Lakers coach Frank Vogel is reportedly resisting a quote-unquote increasing push within the organization to move Russell Westbrook to a bench role. The strained relationship between Westbrook and coaching staff led to some tense moments in recent days, most notably a team film session on Friday. This is why I think Frank Vogel's so unlucky. He is resisting benching Westbrook, which Westbrook obviously doesn't want. And despite that, Russ still hates him.
Yeah. That's just a tough go at it. He's saying, I want to play you more. And Russ is like, you suck. I hate you.
I don't think Russ likes much of nothing right now, though. And I get it. Like he's like, it's different when you're like somewhere else, like not like an away game and getting booed. He's getting booed at home games and by where he was born. Like he is from here. Like he's getting booed by his neighbors that he grew. You know what I mean? Like that's a different type of. I mean, like if you're in OKC and they're booing you, I don't care. I don't like y'all anyway. You know what I mean? You know, but if you're in LA getting booed by people you grew up with, like you see the homie in the crowd, like, no, don't shoot Russ. That feels different. You know what I mean? I grew up with you, man. You know what I mean? Like,
God.
rough, man. Hard
It's
time.
just the worst possible way that it could go because this was supposed to be his homecoming. He went to UCLA. He's from here. He's coming home. He was so happy. And it's just crashing and burning. But I agree with Vogel in the sense that I don't think him benching him is the answer. I think he just needs to... I just think he needs to... I don't know, like get a pep talk. I just want Russ to just be in the corner, him and Frank Vogel one-on-one, just having a very inspirational pep talk. That's what I want for him. And then he just goes out with a thumbs up.
A pep talk and go fix that jumper.
I think Russ's superpower has always been that he just doesn't give a fuck. And I think he gives a fuck now. And it's like, you know, fucking up his whole rhythm and how he just, you know, attacks and all that. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the Russ fall off has been abrupt. Like I thought it was going to be like the athleticism going that killed him, but that is a part of it. Like he's not getting lift on his jumpers. He's not,
his legs is
getting lift when he finishes. But it's just he just really fell off a cliff, bro. Just like half a season.
I mean, when your legs go and like that affects your jumper, he's at the rim and he's like, why am I here? I used to be there. You know what I mean? And blowing layups, you know what I'm saying? Can't get by people. He used to be able to manipulate the game in any way he wanted to because he was so athletic, and he doesn't have that now. And now he just has to rely on, you know, his basketball IQ. And, you know, and I'm not saying, I mean, he's a great basketball player, but I don't know if that's enough, you know, for him to be the player he used to be. You feel what I'm saying? Wow, that was a very diplomatic way of saying that. Thank you, John.
I read a stat once.
That wasn't Legetto. That was John right there.
I read a stat like a couple weeks ago that he was shooting like 50% on dunks, like less than 50%
at the
on dunks.
Bro, but I mean, we've seen this for years where like he get to the rim. I think it was like 3 years ago when we started seeing he's at the rim and usually that's a highlight and it's like banging off the back of the rim. And I'm like, he ain't quite finishing as much, you know? And then here now where, you know, 50% from the rim, he's still trying to play the same basketball and he just doesn't have the legs for it. So
I think that some of that, and this might be me projecting, but like you know what you're good at or what you were once good at. And let's say that he says, okay, I'm going to forfeit some of this game to be the player they need me to be, which is an outside shooter, what LeBron always needs. He's not that guy either. So are you going to try to force something that once brought you great success and an MVP? Or are you going to willingly be bad? Like, I don't think it's that much different than like when Ben wouldn't shoot. And 2 years ago, we were still like, why wasn't he shooting? Because he's not good at it. And some people don't like to do things they're not good at. I'm one of them. I don't play Scrabble because I'm not good at it.
Same. I don't.
Same.
Anything I can't win, I'm not.
Not even going to try.
No. So I think some of that's kind of it. Harry sent this Instagram. That's a quote from Westbrook. And it says, my name is getting shamed. ... Westbrook
Christ.
to me is now shaming. It wasn't shaming before. It's shaming my name. So we're going to take a quick break to do an ad. And then after the break, we're going to talk about the worst nicknames we've ever had. Do you guys have any bad nicknames? Like promised, I have one. Harry, you have to beep this. But I'm just saying it vulnerability so you guys will share. Yeah. So pretend you didn't hear me say that he has to beep it. In college, this was just a joke. There's nothing to prompt this. But the first one was like O'Shaughnessy. So someone thought it would be funny to say as a nickname. And the second one was Nap God because I could fall asleep anywhere. Sometimes
Nap
that's a
God's
good
fire.
one.
Nap God's fire.
It was like a skill. Yeah. What about you guys?
My mom used to call me sausage nose. That's why I'm not affected by social media. You feel me? Like I was born in this. You know what I mean?
Your mom was your first hater.
my first hater. You feel me? But she loved me to death. But also she had to prepare me for the world, and she did.
Tyler, do you have any?
It's kind of a love-hate relationship that I have with this one nickname that I've got because. Okay, so I've got an older brother, right? His name is Rob, and he ran with a crew where there were like two Robs, right? So there was a Rob Davis. My last name is P. So, they used to call, Rob Davis, Rob D, and my brother, Rob P. And so like sometimes when I'm out and about in the city, they called me Little P because I was, my brother's little brother. So to this day, when I'm out and about in the city, I'll hear Little P. And, I know it's like my brother told me, and, it's a love-hate relationship because I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't no motherfucking Little P anymore, but, it's love. So I know when I hear that, what I'm saying, it's a friendly face. But, yeah, I'm a little too old to be Little P. But
yeah. Jordan, I heard yours the other day. You want to share it again?
Yeah, and I think I love the love-hate, too, because my childhood nickname is Girly, and it was love-hate because when I first started playing basketball, I wanted to rebel against it. I wanted to be this tomboy, basketball players can't be girly, and I just resented it. But now I embrace it, especially now that we have the part of the show called The Girlies. So now I embrace it. But still to this day, everyone still calls me Girly.
Girly's like a black ass nickname too. Like I know I have 4 cousins that are named Girly. I think Tootie Bird is another black ass nickname too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I got like 2 cousins we call Bird.
Right. My mom did call me Pumpkinhead too as a term of endearment. So I don't want to balance it out.
Yeah,
Sausage Nose was just the one that she was just that's love though. I had a big ass head. I still got a big ass head. So she ain't lying. And I got a sausage nose too. If I'm keeping it in stack, you know what I'm saying. So I ain't mad at it.
That would just humble you so quick,
bro. So, I was kind of an arrogant. I won't say arrogant little kid, but I was very confident, and I would clown people a lot. And sometimes I'd go with my sister on some clownish shit if she got on my nerves. And my mom was like, "All right, sausage nose," and I'm like, "Oh shit, reel it in, Bubba." Sorry, mom. Right. The Cobra Clutch, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah.
I think out of those, the Girly's the best one.
That's fire.
I'll take it.
And I also think, Tyler, yours is nice because it's like a term of endearment from your friends. So it's nostalgic, yeah. Pumpkinhead is better than Sausage Nose. I'll say that. So thank God she evened it out.
Sausage Nose was to stop me in my tracks. It was effective and it was needed. You know,
She called you out. Yeah.
Yeah, she called me out. She had to. She had to let me know what time it was.
So the rest of the down bad rankings, I just am curious what you guys think is worst. So we have Damian Lillard. Harry put this on the list because he's no longer the best NBA rapper. So that must be affecting him. Adam Silver, because Harry, you wrote down because he sat next to Jerry Seinfeld at a Duke game. I'm interested about what the Jerry Seinfeld aspect of that is. I think he's down bad because he was at a Duke game and he wore a suit.
Yeah.
And that's just like, never wear a suit to a game. What was the Jerry Seinfeld thing for you, Harry?
I think it's similar to wearing a suit. It's like if you're going to be the commissioner of ostensibly the most progressive and cool league in sports, you can't be sitting next to like the most corny comedian in the world. And I like Jerry Seinfeld. I think
Wow.
No, his jokes are horrible.
I love Seinfeld.
I laughed at one. You know how he has those, I love the show, but at the beginning of the show,
the before part. Yeah, that's fair.
one joke.
That's
and
fair.
I remember the moment I laughed, and I said to myself, "Am I getting old?"
What was the joke?
I forget the joke, but I remember I laughed like I was high, so maybe that was part of it. But I was like, bro, like you just laughed at a Seinfeld joke. But I will say this: Seinfeld might have been the richest person in that building. He's a billionaire, so I mean, there's that. He was sitting next to the richest person in the building, possibly. But yeah, still Jerry Seinfeld.
Duke hoodie.
Horrible.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it was a hoodie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Blue jeans, dog.
He's from that
Arizona
era
jeans.
too, where the guys, it was like you could see the butt. Like guys don't let you see their butt anymore, you know? And then, well, there was a
They were
skinny
tight.
jeans phase, but like he was like, they were boot cut, but yeah, they were cinched.
You said you want to see the butt.
You don't get to
show
see
their butt anymore. These
You don't get to
days.
see guys' butts anymore. There's the skinny jeans, but they're hidden. Yeah.
Bring back the butt.
Because they would tuck it. Not only would they tuck in a shirt,
Yeah. The jeans,
which
fit.
me
They
and
actually
Jordan know,
fit.
like that's that if you want to, show it off, that's the way to do it. He'd belt it.
Yeah.
So it'd be even tighter. He always wore those thick brown belts. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
With the J's on too.
He would have
it
some
was a
fits.
fit.
Cross trainers, J's, you know what I'm saying? A nice little, shirt. You feel me? I think he just get fits off.
This is a Jerry Seinfeld shirt.
And you know who
Definitely.
fits off too? Not Kramer had a couple of cool shirts, but it's Costanza. Did you see that comparison to Costanza and the ALD? Aim Leon
Yeah,
Dora?
I did
I'm
see
like,
that.
bro, so you just trying to tell me that Costanza used to get his issue. He had some nice pieces. You know what I mean? Maybe the whole fit wasn't hitting, but the piece.
The sweaters. Really, the
was crazy.
sweaters,
The
yeah.
coats, the oversized coats. He was living in the future, baby. You know what I'm saying?
and I do want to say, if Adam Silver was sitting next to 1985 Jerry Seinfeld, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Seinfeld was cool.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just is. I think he's lost a little juice.
I mean, didn't he talk about how he doesn't ever want to perform at colleges again because the college crowds are too tough? Like, bro, like you're at a college
Jerry.
game. Like-
Beer Bear. Don't do
Crowds
that.
are tough. I know somebody that said a bad joke on one side, went to the other side and said the joke, and the dude in the crowd was like, "It ain't funny on this side either, nigga." Dude didn't. Oh, can I say N-word on here? I'm sorry, but dude didn't perform for 2 years after that. I know the man.
Oh my
He was
God.
like, bro, it shook him down to his ankles. You know what I mean? He was like, no,
Damn.
bro, it ain't funny over here. And then the crowd laughed. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'll get you.
Right. That'll get you for sure. Oh man.
I think the point where Jerry crossed over into it was no longer cool was the Bee movie. I made Sean you watch that the other day. I sprained my ankle when I was at his house, and so we had to sit on the couch all day and we watched Bee movie and
What a
Encanto.
movie.
I'm not familiar.
But the Bee movie?
No, what is it about a bee?
Jerry
you're
Seinfeld
in
made
for
a
a
movie
ride.
about a bee, like an animated bee who wants to be
good?
with a woman.
He falls in love with the human.
Yeah, but it's a bee. You never seen Bee movie? Come on.
Of course not. Of course I haven't.
You have a child now.
Right.
You need to expand your
I can't even
horizons.
look at screens right now because of object permanence issues with kids have or some shit. She has to wait for a year and a half for that. So yeah, I'm not watching B movie for at least a year and a half.
Yeah, it's not a kid's
I
movie.
still want to
I'm
watch it then.
I was in the theater with my aunt the other day, and they're making like a Bob's Burgers movie,
What?
she had never heard of it. Yeah, she had never seen the show or anything. It was a preview, and so at the end of it, because they're making all these like raunchy jokes, she turns to me and she's like, "I don't think that's for kids." I was like, no, it's not.
It's not. They're
not.
making a Bob's Burgers movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How high are you
Yeah.
gonna be, Tyler? 3 high. 3 high. I'm about to be woo-wee. I can't wait. Oh my God. It's gonna be a blast. I might set aside a whole day. Give somebody to the babysitter. Me and Rather go watch it 3 times back to back. Mm-hmm. Take a smoke
Matt
break, come
thinks that
right
was a
back in.
throwing motion. Give her to the babysitter. Throw her to the babysitter.
Half back, kiss the baby. Right, the newborn finish.
Love you.
And then Calvin Ridley's the last down batter.
Okay, y'all gotta hit me to this. I'm not too familiar. I wasn't on socials a lot yesterday. On socials, God, I'm old.
I'll give you the too
I
long
wasn't
don't
on the
read.
Yeah, go, please.
Okay, Tyler Jordan, Harry, do you guys know about this? Okay, so he was, as much as I know, he was suspended for the entire next season because he bet on some games during the 2021 season. He reportedly placed 3 parlay bets, just 3. And one of them was a 3-leg, a 5-leg, and an 8-leg, which I really want to know what it
Jesus
was.
Christ.
You know, like, because that's a lot. You know,
Yeah.
the odds have to be crazy. And he only bet 1,500 total. And so he tweeted, "I bet 1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem. I know I was wrong, but I'm getting a year." Which,
LOL. That's
to
what
be
he
fair
said
to
at the
him,
end.
like,
Well, I saw that tweet. Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yep.
So he wasn't
was
actually affecting the
injured.
game at the time, right?
And I
Or
think
he was sitting out. Mhm.
I think it didn't say if he was betting like for what teams specifically. I don't think so. It didn't say if he was like betting pro Falcons. But this is my thing. I know that once we allow certain things, other things just kind of fall down faster. But like, why can't you let someone bet that their team's gonna win? Don't we want that? More incentive?
That's what I wonder. Like, I need to see if you bet against your team, then we have a problem. You know, I mean,
Right.
if you're betting on your team, I don't see the big deal of that. But I mean, you know, they had to come down on him this hard because the thing about this is you can't fuck up the gambling market because that's a big part of this too, right? And if gamblers see that, you know, players might be gambling on games, they might be in on the fix, you know, that's going to steer some bettors away possibly too. So they had to come down with the iron fist to make an example of poor Calvin. So it is what it is, man.
I thought it was interesting that it was like he was in Florida and it was, I don't know, some in the systems, the NFL uses a certain system to like, if an NFL player's name comes up that they are betting, it like triggers it. And that's how they found out because he was in Florida using an app specifically in that state. And that's how it came to light, which is so
I wonder what if like your partner does it? Because he could have Colangelo'd it and done it through his wife. You know, like opened a wife account or something. Like, I wonder if that's also against the rules. Can your family members or like can they bet? Or do they know
feel
too
like-
much?
Of course, they have to be able to, right? He should
Yeah,
have just did
I
it
would
that
think
way.
so.
Yeah.
He should have done it through his wife.
Yeah.
Or partner.
Or an alias?
girlfriend,
Can
or-
you figure that out? Is it?
Maybe
is
he's
that
not
allowed?
married.
Maybe don't
Yeah.
use your pro
Maybe he's totally
football
alone.
name.
Right. Your very prominent name.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Or he like made up a name, but then his email is like calvinridley@gmail.com.
Right. The real
Calvin
Ridley. And also his name is Calvin Ridley. He might be the only Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like,
As a Haley O'Shaughnessy, I can tell you if I don't want to be found out doing something, I don't do it. Because my name is Haley O'Shaughnessy. Okay.
Right.
There's one other Haley O'Shaughnessy in the world. I know because we used to be Facebook friends.
if you Google my name, it'll be all white men until like the 7th page, and then I'm on the 18th page. So like I might be able to get away with it. I have the most basic name on the planet. You know what I mean? But Calvin Ridley, nah, G. You are the only you, my boy.
Yeah, the only one. One of one.
Right?
Not good in this instance.
Right.
It's interesting seeing the NFL juggle something like this because they used to be I'm old enough to remember when they used to be very anti-gambling. Like all sports leagues were, like they kind of had the same blanket stance on quote unquote like bad things. And then when they all realized, like when big gambling got to them and they were like, do you even understand how much money you could make if we just partner and do this together? All sports leagues are like super pro gambling and promote all kinds of betting, which is fine. I mean, I obviously partake, but it's interesting seeing them try to straddle this line of like, we really need to come down hard against this guy so we can keep gambling pure and intact when like inherently nothing about it is pure.
Keep gambling pure. What a concept.
You have to come down on this gambler to preserve the integrity of gambling. Right?
Yeah. I need to know what the 8 leg was though.
Yeah, that is some degenerate shit, and I'm very interested in that.
I don't have a problem, guys. I just bet 1 8-leg.
Yeah, that's actually,
You
that
have
does
a problem.
suggest an issue. 3, totally normal. That's just a good old parlay. 5, okay,
Yeah,
what's
we're
going
pushing
on
it a
in your
bit,
life?
you know?
Yeah.
Unless you throw a couple layups in there, you know what I mean? Like, like something like, the Bucks over the lines or something. I can understand that. But
Alabama money line, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. But a full
I have
8 leg.
no idea
8
what
leg.
any of this means, but
Jordan and I are going to go to Vegas later this month for March Madness, and she's going to get introduced to all of this.
I've never been to Vegas. Not one time. Never been to Vegas.
what?
Everybody made the same face. It's wild. The producer looked at me like, the fuck? Harry was like, what is wrong with you? Not one time. Never been to Vegas.
Tyler, you have, right?
Oh, yeah. I went with the homies during our 20s when we were wilding out. I'd gone with the wife on a wholesome, married couple getaway there. Like, yeah, Vegas is my shit. I've been there about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Great
I heard the
food.
food is good. I heard the food is good. I heard there's good
Food is
shows. I don't gamble at all personally. So like, yeah.
But you can still have fun because I've been multiple times and I don't even know what an 8 leg is.
8 things have
I'm
to
gonna find
happen
out.
for you to
Okay.
win. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Get it.
And with every additional leg you put on there, every additional bet that you partner together, the outcome, the payoff, it gets much, much larger. Because the odds of one happening are whatever they say they are, whatever Vegas says they are. The odds of 2 happening are both of those and then put together that they both happen. So that was a very...
So it was,
That was
just
a very
ambitious.
reductive way of explaining that, but yeah. What do you guys think about Dame? If we're doing a ranking of people who are down, Dame might be on it simply because now there's a legitimate rapper in the NBA and it's not him.
Tyler, what are you thinking? Your face was interesting.
I think it's 2 different types of rappers. You know what I mean? Like Dame is the lyrical miracle, rappity rap. You know
He's J. Cole.
Like Dame can rap for real, and Miles Bridges can rap too. But it's it's a whole different lane. So it's all depends on your purpose. And John, you're not really the rappity rap guy. You're more.
I like rappity rap. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna listen to rappity rap, you feel me? Like it's particular moments. You know what I mean? Like Miles Bridges though, like I can listen to him wherever, you feel me? And also that Detroit style is it right now. I don't care what nobody say. Like that type, that like punchline, that's hella fun. So right. Best rapper I've heard in the NBA ever. I'll say that. Ooh.
So it's so on brand.
Right?
So on brand for you.
He's a star.
I don't know how I feel, and I don't know if this is a hot topic, but I like Dame's lyrics. Like, I think I could listen to him in the car or something, like through my headphones. Miles Bridges, it is punchline after punchline. It's just like random to get, like, he just wrote a bunch of lines down and was like, okay, I'm just gonna say it one after another, and not really, and it's not a song to me, but I appreciate how he's coming up with them, and they're funny, and they make you want to pause it and be like, wait, did he just say that?
Right.
But I don't know if that's like the type of music, but I respect him as an artist. That's what I'm going to say that.
You feel about Miles the way I feel about Dame. You know what I'm saying? Where like, I'll listen to Miles a lot. Dame, you know, I don't know if I'm listening to him a lot, but I think Miles makes more sense because I enjoy the music more. You don't enjoy that music, and that makes a bunch of sense. You know, I get it. And also Detroit style is like a particular flavor. You know what I mean? It's an acquired taste. You know what I mean? It's like a good beer, you know what I mean? You know? You gotta build up to Detroit rap.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I need baby steps before I just kind of like, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I have actually no opinion on this. I think I have really bad music taste. So I tend
Really?
I think
I wouldn't think
honestly,
that.
I think I have bad music taste, movie taste, and TV taste.
Are you a Jack Harlow fan putting on for Louisville? You are. I see it.
No, I have a story that I cannot advertise, but I could tell you guys later. But no.
Jack Harlow can
You know
rap
what
to
line
me.
I do like though is when he says that's a Kentucky accent. I lost my mind, but he doesn't have one, so no.
STG's out of Louisville. He's tough.
Oh, he's crazy.
You've heard of him?
Who?
Yeah,
He's fire.
STG.
STG, I don't even know who that is.
He's the hardest dude. He might be one of the hardest dudes in rap right now, as far as like just like gangster rap. You know what I mean? I love EST. You know what I mean? He cold. I'm sorry, we're getting really
No, that's okay. Hearing
No, I'm
message
just
me.
taking notes. Okay.
Well, who's your verdict of who is having the absolute worst time right now?
Vogel. He's in an impossible situation. He's expected to solve an impossible situation.
That's kind of what's weird is like he's no matter what, like LeBron's the one who it's well documented now. LeBron and AD are the ones who really pushed for Russ, and it didn't work out. And so who's going to get fired?
Not
Frank Vogel, not LeBron or AD.
yeah,
Frank Vogel.
Unfortunate, man.
Jordan, what do you think? Who's having the worst time? Is it you watching the games?
You know, it is. I didn't even watch LeBron's 50-point game. We had to turn it off. Me and my fiance were like, we're going to choose each other, right? We're going to
Choose peace.
We're going to choose peace. We're going to turn the TV off, have dinner. And then he has a good game and we win. But then we turn around and lose to the Spurs. So it's just, it's all wonderful right now. I'm going to go with Jerry West is having the worst time right now because we are learning a different side to him. And I, just like everyone else on the internet, after I watched the show, was like, was Jerry West really that angry? And there's like 20 million articles about it. So I'm sure he's having to talk about why he's so angry or why he was so angry. So I think he's having a rough time.
Tyler, what do you think?
I'd probably say Vogel too, because Vogel as the coach, you're in that spot where you're getting resentment from the players. You got the front office breathing down your neck. It's like he's getting it from all ends right now, and it's like that's like a big reason why I've never wanted to be like a manager in my jobs. Like I've been offered management positions, but I'm like, bro, no, I do not want to have to answer to y'all and then fucking have to go back to my workers and have them like pissed off at me too. Like no, just give me a raise. I don't need any more responsibility, dog. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I just realized we didn't even. I think Coach K is having perpetually horrible time for the rest of eternity. The last game.
What you call him, Tyler? What you call him?
Coach L.
Oh no!
Got him.
Honestly, I think it was the players. When he walked after that game, he walked to center court and was like, "That was a disgrace." And the camera just pans to the players. Like, we just gave Coach K an L for his last home game. I think it's the players.
You know what I'm going to say? He deserves it. Fuck Coach K. I hate him.
Yeah, we talked about that on the pod. I mean,
Fuck him.
He's had some rough moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, he coached Duke for 40 years, and as a Duke fan for like 20, I am anti at this point. You've turned, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, yeah, we deserve all the issues we have as Duke supporters. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Y'all are fun. This is a great pod. Y'all are really good at this.
Well, that's our show. Please keep leaving us your voicemails. Tell us who is your favorite NBA rapper at 502-874-4453 or send us an email at spinsters@bluewirepods.com to be featured on the show. Also, shout out to our producer, Harry Krinsky.
Hey, it's Cade from North Carolina again, and I just finished the episode with Rohan, which great episode. I just wanted to say that no, Cade is not a name from the Bible, nor do I associate it with a mean high school football player, but Cade does mean round and lumpish in Old English, and alternatively, it can be a slang term for barrel in Italian. So I don't know why my parents or Cade Cunningham's parents named us that, but it is what it is. Just thought I would add more context. You guys are awesome. Yep.